Hello there. We're going to be doing the more budget version of Conqueror's Codex here with mainly just Abomination and Volca as legendaries. Granted, the Abomination is a 5 because for some reason I just got a lot of him. That being said, there's really just, there is still the A3 that's doing some decent work, but he's not the one who shines the most here. It's mostly Volca that is doing most of the work in this team. And to an extent, just really Wrath, fighting the Lord bonus. But we're going to go on ahead and proceed with this. The basic concept is going to be using Gluttony and Abomination to cover the back line. Wrath faced towards the barrier to help really just hover when Atrox dies, and they eventually start stacking up against it. Rourke just to somewhat tank and do some form of damage, and then Volca, who will be plowing through absolutely everything at a pretty disgusting rate. She does phenomenal damage, really, on this Codex, and she does provide that passive where everyone will get healed. This does mean that to an extent our backline is somewhat not exactly useless, but it is. They have somewhat disappointing damage numbers besides Abomination, but that's realistically okay. They're just kind of there to provide a second line and also cover the whole lane. Because pretty sure that when Gluttony is actually doing his, I think it's a passive or talent or whichever, he does rake the whole lane, which, it's some form of damage, really. You could build him a lot better. I think right now I have him in a crummy build, but we'll see after. But you still can get quite reasonable results with this. Once we actually get there, because it takes a while. And there's honestly not much to elaborate on this. It's just covering every single cell we can, making sure that everyone is faced towards the back to handle the mobs that will be stacking up there very shortly. If you have any form of better unit to just cover this in general, that will probably be better. Gluttony can quite easily be replaced. He's not really integral to the whole thing. Rourke is not integral to the whole thing either, because they do fairly little damage, even if they were on the front line, and Rourke is. And you'll see the numbers after, but he's kind of just there because he survives, and that's what we really want here. And this is about where we can't keep up, and they break through. And then you're essentially stuck at an SS, which is still fairly reasonable for Ancients, and allows a certain amount of buying power in the event store. But yeah, that's roughly it. It's not a stellar score, it's not the max score, but we're running Wrath in a good IR with a Wailing Skull. Wrath is really just there for the Lord bonus. Abomination in this Soulbound Arcana set with a Lunacy Visor. Gluttony in... yeah, he's not in a damage build. I don't even know what his build is here. He's just in a tanky... He's really just in a tanky set with a Lunacy Visor. I didn't show the damage report. God damn it. Volca is miles ahead of anyone in terms of damage. From memory, she's like at 100 and change million, and the second closest is Abomination at 60 something million. Atrox is somewhere in the 20 million. Gluttony is somewhere in the low 20 million, and Rourke is... I forgot. Point is, none of these are really essential. They're just kind of here to keep a cohesiveness to it all and tank some units while dealing some amount of damage. And there are plenty of fighters who would do much better as soon as you start hitting in the legendaries. But I just wanted to stick to a comp that I used, minus Rourke, because he wasn't released at the time, but I used for a while because I was stuck with bad fighters. I've only very recently gotten some of the better ones. So, yeah, that's about it. Cheers and have a nice one.